so sorry if you need to watch this video, but I've had a lot of experience in this, especially recently because my grandpa died a little bit over a month ago. So I'm just gonna talk a little bit. One thing I want to say is I know it's hard and it's always gonna be there, but it will get easier depending on how close you are to this person. That might sound harsh, but it's the truth. It will always be there, but it will get easier to deal with the pain. I'm a Catholic, so I believe in heaven, and that helps me. And that's not the reason I believe in heaven, but it does help me to know that they are in a better place. They are happy, they're where they're meant to be, they're with God, so that's the best place they can be. My grandpa definitely deserved that. If they were in a lot of pain, suffering, if they were ready to die, just know that they are happier, they're where they're meant to be, they are where they want to be and deserve to be. It's harder on us, but just think about them and what they would want. They'd want to be in heaven and happy, and that's where everyone wants to go eventually. So try to be happy for them, and yes, it's okay to be sad for you, but just know that they are actually happier. You're the one who's more sad. Of course, I'm sure they miss you, but I hope they're looking down on us. When my grandpa died, the first reaction I had was happiness for him and relief for him, because he was ready for a very long time. I think he was just, staying for everyone else. I eventually got sad, but my first reaction was relief, and I'm very happy. It was a special moment. I hope he knows that, and he knows. The thing that's good for me is I spent a lot of time with him, so I had closure. I knew for a long time. He knew I loved him. I knew he loved me. We had great moments. I had all that, right? He lived with us for a while, but then I still felt guilty for those moments that I didn't say more, that I didn't go sit by him, that I didn't do whatever. Even though I did so much, there's still moments I should have done more, and I felt so guilty a couple days later when everyone was talking about their memories. And these are people who maybe even had less moments than me, but I just was overthinking and getting all guilty. And so even if you have the best of time, if you're feeling guilty, it doesn't mean you're supposed to be feeling guilty. You could just be feeling guilty because that happens. So I was feeling guilty even though I shouldn't have felt guilty, in my opinion, because I spent so much time with him. So I would suggest, if you're feeling guilty, give yourself a day to feel guilty and then be done with it, because you know what? Even if you have a reason to be guilty, what's the point? Learn from it. If you didn't talk to them enough, if you didn't reach out enough, if you didn't do enough to help, learn from that and move forward. But if you don't have really a reason to be guilty, they wouldn't want that. Even if you have a reason to be guilty, I don't think they'd really want that. It's normal to feel guilty, but it doesn't really help anything. Just learn from it and move on. Or if you have no reason, like I feel like I didn't really have that much of a reason, but I still learned, to do more if I can. But it's just your mind tricking you, and it's just the loss talking to you. You can't do everything. It's better to have loved and lost than to not have loved at all. That's a really important quote. Maybe things that'll help you is doing things in their honor, like doing things they would like, or actually like memorial type of things. Doing things they told you to do that you were too scared to do, and now you're like, okay, I can do it. I don't know. Even sometimes I felt guilty because, like, this is getting deep, but this video is deep. So my grandparents both live with me, so my grandma's still living with us, and I was always there for them and talking to them and being with them, but it was harder for my grandpa because toward the end, because he had Parkinson's and it was hard for him to speak. And I did not mind waiting for him to get it out. Like, I didn't care. Like, it would take him a while to get things out because he just couldn't. He knew in his head what he wanted to say, but it couldn't come out. But for some reason, I was overthinking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, he must be thinking that I'm annoyed with him, and so I don't want him. I'm getting awkward because I feel like he's gonna think I'm annoyed, even though I'm not. And I just got awkward and didn't know what to say. And I'm also bad at conversations, just like everyday conversations, so I didn't really have things to say like every time I talked to him. Even though he wouldn't care what I said, he would listen to anything I told him. And so, like, with my grandma, it was a little easier to talk to her, even not because of their personalities, just because she didn't have Parkinson's, pretty much. And, oh, she's still alive. But, and so, like, once he died and we all were, like, sitting with her and talking to her, I'm just like, even though I did that with him, I was just, there were certain things that I noticed that I was doing more with her, and I'm just, like, feeling really guilty. And, but then I realized something. My grandpa would not be mad at me for that. He would understand, and I just knew my grandpa was the type of person who wants to talk to you, who wants to know everything, who loves spending quality time. My grandma is too, but beside the point. So that's why I started feeling guilty. Then I realized my grandpa would be wanting me to talk to my grandma. He would want me to get over that. He knew I was working on it. I really was working on it. I got so much better. So it's okay. I shouldn't feel guilty for doing something good. So that's another thing I should say. So if you're feeling guilty for doing things that, like, whoever it is encouraged you to do and you never got to do it, if they were encouraging you to do it, they'd be wanting you to do it. So don't be feeling guilty about it. They're always going to be with you. And you need to slowly let them go when you're ready. Like, obviously, they're letting them go does not mean forgetting them, not caring about them. It means moving on, not putting your life on hold forever for them. If you are doing that, you need to start working again. You need to be living for you again. You need to be talking to your friends and family, doing things that make you happy, because they would not want you to be sad and doing nothing and freezing in time forever for them. You can move on and still miss them and love them, but you need to move on. You need to try to be happy again, at least in some moments, okay? Just know I feel you. I've had many losses in my life. I'll have many more, but then I wouldn't trade knowing them for the world. Even though I miss them so much, I would never trade knowing them for the world. One more thing, you are not alone. God is always with you. So if they were the only person in your life that were there for you, that's not true, because God is always there for you. He's just waiting for you to talk to him and go to him. Just because you don't hear him doesn't mean he's not there. He is always there. I hope this video helps. I think I'm going to do a series like this. Like, I already did a video, I'll put it right here, called "If You're Going Through a Hard Time, Watch This," or something like that. I got very personal in that one. So I think I have more ideas like this, like, if you're feeling this, watch this, things like that. So yeah, I love you guys so much. More videos to come. Please subscribe, like this video, hit that notification bell to be notified when I make new videos, and see you soon. Bye, guys.